to a very special edition of How to Live in the Great Outdoors. Today we are focusing on our old friend the bike. In today's society, so many of us are now thinking, how can we be greener in our living? How can we look after the life that we have been given in the best way possible? How can we help the environment? And this, my friends, is what we need. The bike. The old faithful bike. Now, you may have got one in your shed, there may be one rusting. I tell you, bring it out and we're going to learn together the best way of riding safely in the countryside. Now, first things first, what is a bike? A bike is a two-wheeled transportation device. Hopefully you're all familiar with one of these. Now, if not, there's a great website running along the front of the screen where you can type it in, find your local bike supplier, and they're going to sort you out with one of these. You know, you buy it and you're sorted for life, okay? You are sorted for life. So, what are the questions that you might be, what might be running through your head right now? How do I get onto a bike safely? So, first things first, grip both handles with both hands. Don't try and do a one-handed maneuver, okay? That's only going to end badly. With your leading leg, whip over and you're safely on. And then you've just got to use your body weight to get some momentum. And look at me, I'm off. Always started. Okay, welcome back to the Great Outdoor training session. Okay, now you saw me a moment ago successfully get onto my bike. Hopefully if you're kind of working alongside me, hopefully you too successfully managed to get on. But at this point in the show, I normally like to welcome a guest, an expert, someone who's a real pro in the field that we are exploring. At this point I want to welcome to the ground that we are in Miss Hannah Bisley. Can I get a little welcome?
Hello.
Hello, Hannah. So thank you for joining me here.
Oh, no problem.
On the Great Outdoor show. And can I just ask you, how long have you been cycling for?
Many, many years. Oh, wow. I'll be giving away my age if I told you exactly.
Well, you don't look an age over 22.
Well, it's been about 15 years since I've been biking professionally. But yeah, bicycling, riding the bike. It's been in my family for generations.
Yeah.
We've used it to get to school, to go to the local shops, to just do some exercise and just to really get out and enjoy the great outdoors. So,
excellent. Well, that's what we're all about on this programme, is helping our viewers make the most of the great outdoors, because so many people these days just don't. Do you find that, Hannah?
No.
Do you find that?
So many people are surrounded by technology these days, and I feel like they don't really appreciate the greenness.
Look at this. Look at this, viewers.
Of our country, really.
I mean, we're not far from home and we're just surrounded by luscious plants.
Some people may say this looks like France, but no. This is just
does.
Your back garden. Really.
It is. It is. So, Hannah, we've already covered. I have a. I don't want to boast, but I've had several years under my belt of cycling, and I just was showing the viewers how best to get on their bikes, because I think that's the hardest part, getting on your bike.
I think people forget that actually bikes can be treated as horses. They are your riding mechanism.
They are.
You need to treat them such as, and so I'm going to be discussing with you the gear that we need on our bicycles, and how also to keep them in the best possible condition.
Good.
Really important actually is lighting. Apart from safety, lighting is incredibly important for safety.
Okay.
It's also really important just to gear your bike up so that it looks presentable.
I mean, aesthetics are important.
Yeah, we discussed this the other day, didn't we, Hannah?
Yeah.
About the aesthetic beauty. As humans, we are drawn to aesthetic beauty, and so yes. Anyway, lighting really important, but it's also let me just get off my bike. It's really important to make sure that you get the right screwdrivers for your lighting. So if you zoom up here,
Oh.
There's actually,
I'm on my bike at the moment as well. I might just have to dismount also.
It's screwed up to a reasonable standard, but it's using brown.
Looking a little rusty, Hannah. Does that matter?
That's kind of what the look we're going for. See, there's black,
vintage,
and brown.
Two of my favourite colours.
My favourite colours as well. So yeah, so just kind of bear that in mind as you're looking at what accessories to get for your bike. Also braking.
Oh, brakes.
Now braking is incredibly important. We don't like to have many accidents on the road.
Oh no, we don't.
I'm actually a nurse in my professional life.
Oh, are you?
And we see many children come in with road accidents, and some of them can be because they weren't wearing helmets.
Oh
but
gosh.
many of them are because the braking didn't
failed
work
them.
And failed them. So make sure you constantly are checking the brakes. One way of doing this I can show you is as you're riding, brake.
Oh, bit of action there.
Brake. Just make sure you constantly check the brakes, really. But,
Now, Hannah, can I just ask you a quick question? I mean, I know you said that you've had people coming into your hospitals with injuries.
Yeah.
Have you yourself ever had a braking failure that you could maybe tell us about?
Well, yeah, it didn't end tragically. But the other day I was
We would like a tragic ending, please.
Thankfully I'm still alive. The other day I was riding my bike and I hadn't checked my brakes beforehand, so they were quite abrupt. And as I was going out onto the road, I braked really abruptly because the car was coming.
Oh, a near-death experience, you might say.
My back wheel pretty much came up.
Oh,
and, it could have almost split round, but thankfully I believe in Jesus, and I believe Jesus is protecting me.
Yes.
Say to the men.
Amen. Amen.
And I was safe, but on some occasions that might not be the case. And
you could not be here today.
Badly, so, pardon. Yeah, so braking is incredibly important. One last thing I'll just discuss with you, before we set off on our big biking journey, we do like to test the chains. Now, we like them to come in various sizes. Let me just get a
closer look.
So the chains, really, you're looking at the skill level of your biking. So we start quite big for the more beginners when it comes to biking. And we also, sometimes we get a range of colours.
Oh, really? Not just black and brown?
No. So again, pump up your bike. Pump up your bike? Is that the right expression?
Oh, do you mean sort of customise your bike?
Customise your bike, yeah. I'm not that ghetto anymore, so I don't remember the right word.
Do you mean pimp?
Pimp up your bike as well.
Not sure I feel about that word.
You can get various diamante if you like. But actually, this is quite a classic look.
I think on this programme we prefer kind of rustic.
Yes,
not diamante.
Sorry, I just didn't want to discriminate against those people who did like diamante.
Okay. We welcome all here.
We welcome all. So smaller chains are often the more advanced, and as you can see, this is quite a small chain.
Okay, let me just get.
So we do just need to look at what chains you're riding. Make sure that there's no comparison when you go on fellow bike rides with fellow friends, because that can often get in the way of your enjoyable bike ride.
Chains often have led to many arguments. I find that people sort of get really aggressive about chains sometimes.
They do, and it really should not.
It's so unnecessary.
It should not hinder. So just double check what size your chains are, because if you're riding a bike that's too big, too small, that could be your downfall. That could be why you're not doing very well.
Not having the optimum cycling experience, you might say.
Exactly, and we want the best for you, because we believe in biking.
Just as much as we believe in Jesus.
Yeah, that's so true. And so I think that's.
Welcome back, everybody, to the final instalment of today's edition of Country Living, where we're all about bikes, we're all about green, we're all about safety. So, final few things to leave you with today, and I'm going to leave you with some important things about road safety. Now, road safety, you say, it's not just about traffic. Now, of course, traffic, and we will come to that, is very important, especially in the countryside. But what we've got to be careful with also on cycles is traffic of a different nature. And I'm talking about nature, because all around us, just pan around.
Everywhere we go, really, isn't it?
Everywhere we go, there are living creatures. And actually we say, look left and right as we cross the road, and a great lesson for life. But also, I want to say, come with me now, look everywhere all the time, because around you there are insects, there are animals, there are birds, and we've just got to be careful. What might our wheels be destroying as we cycle, okay? What life are we ending as we try and look after our environment, because cycling is about taking care of the environment. But we've got a responsibility as bikers to take care of the environment that we are cycling in.
Yeah, and just the one other thing that I want our bikers to remember is road traffic.
Yep.
Now, although we're not actually driving on the road, we still get traffic in the field. So just be careful, give way to the tractors.
Give way to the deer.
Give way to the deer. And that's pretty much all we've got to say. And we hope that you enjoy your bike rides in the future.
Get on your bike.
Get on your bike. Get
on
outdoors.
it. You know what?
Thank
Let's
you.
get on our bike.
Okay.
Let's get on our bike.
Happy
Bye.
biking. Thank you. Bye.
You're picking up toys on the living room floor for the 15th time today, matching up socks.